All right, Markiplier, number one in the box office horror movie Iron Lung. That's really not that bad. You've done pretty well.
I know, it's brilliant.
I congratulate you. But you're going to have to stop.
Excuse me?
This is Hollywood. We have killed for less. I mean, who do you think we are? I mean, the movie is actually decent. You can't expect us to give them something they actually want to watch. That would be absurd. So yeah, you're going to have to stop.
Is the Iron Lung movie good on its own, or do you need to be a Markiplier and Iron Lung fan? While I am a fan of Markiplier in the sense of his film projects like Who Killed Markiplier and In Space with Markiplier, outside of those, I've only seen a handful of his regular videos. Now, this is an easy conclusion to make. No, I don't think you need to be a Markiplier fan to enjoy this film. The other question is a little bit more interesting. Do you need to be an Iron Lung fan to enjoy this? I've never seen or played the Iron Lung game, so I walked into the film completely blind, like I think many did. And I walked out of the audience in this case. And I think just having a strong sense of community built between filmmaker and audience is really all you need to create your own success. I think what the first part needed the most was honestly a hook. It just starts with Markiplier, Simon in the Iron Lung. That's another issue, but we could talk about that later. The first shot could have been something outside of the Iron Lung, something that connected with Simon's backstory, which is admittedly the weakest part of the film. It's also the least important part of the film, or at least that's how it feels. This could have led the first part of the movie to feel less slow and also help the audience connect to Markiplier better. Yeah, I said Markiplier, not Simon, only because for the first part of the movie, it really feels like Mark hasn't fully set into the role of Simon. Thankfully, that does change as the movie goes on. It's like a climbing thing, gradual thing. Just a side note, but I really think Mark's acting has been improving as he does more projects. It is unfortunate that this movie's screen time was almost all just him. Not in his character is boring or unlikable, but because his character is boring or unlikable, but because of how big of a risk it is for this movie to rely on his character and acting now to sell the believability of this film. If his acting fell flat, then so would the movie, which is why I think I struggled with the beginning of the film. Everything else about this movie was so fun, and I really am excited to see what film he does next, which is another interesting to think about going forward. Is it when or if? He is already confirmed on stream about he plans to do it. He's just taking a little break, just wants to do YouTube right now. And Markiplier made this film for a reason, a true passion project and a love letter to the game. He didn't make this to make a movie. It'll be exciting when he does because I know it'll be something that has a value to this filmmaker. Walking into the film, my only expectation was based off Markiplier's previous project. The story is pretty much one-to-one with the game, with some expansions on the lore and the setting. I know this now because I loved the movie so much that afterwards I went back and watched some of Markiplier's original gameplay of Iron Lung. The movie is supposed to be a horror movie, probably an Elder-rich horror to be specific. I see it more as a thriller, if anything, especially thanks to the action within the second part, which personally I like, but I do see how that kind of throws away the tension that the first part was building up. The monsters, images, and Simon exploring the area was probably my favorite part of the film. I don't want to talk too much about those things, by any means, but I would still recommend this film for anyone who's interested in Markiplier, Iron Lung, even people who haven't seen Iron Lung but like eldritch horrors, and honestly, anyone aspiring to become a filmmaker of some kind. We're finally in an era where YouTubers are now making films of their own, and I find it important to support that in any ways possible. What do you guys think? Have you seen the movie yet? I'd love to know what this film meant to you down in the comments. Oh look, we got a live one already. Let's see what this viewer has to say about the film.
My release was soft, and honestly, not enough fan service personally. For a movie called Iron Lung, you'd think there'd be more actual lung patients. I was really looking forward to seeing some, while having a good wank sesh with my mates, but we walked away mostly soft. I think Philip got a good wank in or two, but I'm more of a Jacksepticeye fan, personally, so I think he was a little weird for that one.
Oh,